Well, hello everybody, it's Richard here, and I'm going to showcase some EPs or extended play records today that I picked up at a local charity shop. And the charity is the Heart of Kent Hospice charity shop, which is based in Hall Road, Aylesford, near Maidstone. In fact, the hospice itself is just across the road at the Royal British Legion Village, Aylesford, near Maidstone. But if you're looking for any good bits of furniture, as I was for a project I was doing at work, then it's certainly well worth a visit. And certainly I'm sure Nathan, the shop manager, will give you a good deal if you speak to him nicely. But this record, as you will notice, has the famous Al Bowlly on the cover. And this is a record I picked up from a collection which I will do a video about later, from somebody at work whose father sadly passed away, and she had a lot of swing and dance band records, and she's given them all to me, some of which I will pass on to others, probably in the charity sector, but some of them I'll hang on to. But this one is by the Al Bowlly Circle, and of course it says so at the bottom of the label here, the cover here, and these are rare transfers. And on the back, which if I just turn this round, you'll see it's got a bit of information about all the bits there by Frank, it looks like his name is Frank Wappat, British Broadcasting Corporation, Newcastle upon Tyne. And there are numbers on here which are supposed to be quite unusual. It says, I have never heard Al Bowlly until 5 years after his death. A new album, who chum collected jazz records, told me about this hot value of a certain British bands, namely Roy Fox, Lou Stone and Ray Noble, and mentioned the fact that they all shared in common a crooner, Al Bowlly. When I first heard the voice, I was hooked. Well, I know how that must feel, because exactly I was that about a few years ago when I heard him on YouTube. And I thought, who is this chap, this wonderful syncopation in his voice? And of course it's Al. And of course everyone probably knows that on the 16th of April this year there is going to be a Al Bowlly walk in London, of which I and others, and as somebody said recently on their posting, and you know who you are, will be attending. But I thought this record's quite good. This was presented, this is from the President Records Limited, 1984, it says so in the bottom there. So in the background I'm playing a bit of Al. It's unusual. In fact, some of the records have got slight clicks and pops in, which gives it a real flavour of nostalgia, really. Meanwhile, it says the official Al Bowlly Circle is Nostalgia, edited by Charlie Wilson, 39 Leicester Road, New Barnet, Hertfordshire, England. So to keep Al fans spread across the entire surface of the globe together. Now, I'm not sure whether they still are around, actually. I think it's probably transferred into the Al Bowlly organisation that I'm part of, which is Memory Lane. I'm sure it's part of the same organisation if you look it up on the internet. Anyway, just thought I'd give you a plug there. I'm going to have to do this video in two parts because it does go beyond the 14 minutes section, and I've already tested it out because the camera fell over when I've already done this one once, and so I've had to do it all again. So excuse if I sound a bit tired in the voice, but there you go. Anyway, a couple of CDs to showcase this afternoon, and one is the Ian James Big Band live in concert. This album on CD is in aid, obviously, of the Royal British Legion and also the Gulf War Forces charity. And some really good numbers on here. It says the Fanfare for a Common Man, American Patrol, and also Sing Sing Sing, which of course everyone knows is a Benny Goodman number. So quite good on that one. Next one is Frank Sinatra, The Best of the Big Band Years. So there's no dates on here, but you can work it out. It's the 30s and 40s. That's with that lovely picture of Frankie there. Old Man River, White Christmas, Over the Rainbow, I Fell in Love, Too Easy, and many, many more. It's a double CD collection, very, very nice, and certainly worth a listen to, and I'm glad to have that as part of the collection. The Bachelor's Hits, I Wouldn't Trade You In for the World, Whispering Romana, and I Believe. Quite like this one. I love the covers on these EPs. They're really good. Next one is Perry Como with his friends, and he's got K-Star and a few others on here, and on the back he's actually probably came free with a set of Kleenex tissues. It says your choice for soft pink, soft yellow, or soft aqua, or pure white, and he signed it there. And he talks about on the back here about all this highlighter album looks to the world famous names I'm surrounding by singers like Gorgie Grant, Kay Starr, pianist Eddie Hayward, and others. So quite a nice little bit on chat on the back there. Right, Henry Mancini, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Moon River, the famous Henry Mancini album with Audrey Hepburn, from the score of the Paramount picture Breakfast at Tiffany's. This one's got Andre Previn, and Ain't Misbehaving, Stealing Apples, Oh, you Sweet Thing, and a 4-star. A very young Andre Previn on the back. And on the back of there, it talks about Andre, the many talented artiste. The great Andre Previn is a arranger, composer, conductor, as well as a piano performer of both jazz and classical music of the highest order. You'll enjoy the easy style and characteristics of this top-line American performer. So, of course, Andre is still doing very well in the orchestral world, and good name on there. Gene Norman presents Just Jazz with Pete Johnson in concert. Now, I had a problem with this one because it was very torn, as you can see here. So what I did, I looked this up on the internet and found one on eBay, and then cut and pasted it onto a piece of paper and just cut it out, so it actually fits. This line drawing fits quite well. You don't notice it too much, but I thought it would say it would preserve the cover, but also it would, rather than a piece of white paper there, it would look better. Teddy Buckner. This is quite a good jazz number then. So Frank Bull and the Gene Norman presents Teddy Buckner, EPV on the Dixie Jubilee label, EPV 1129. Some good numbers on there. We've got West End Blues, When the Saints Go Marching In, Just a Closer Walk with the Battle Hymn of the Republic. So just a closer walk with thee, I think that is there, and a little bit of line notes there. Nat King Cole and Night Lights. I like Nat King Cole. It's a nice one there with the, looks like a city scene there, with the orchestra conducted by Nelson Riddle. Now, I'm a great Nelson Riddle fan. I've got an album I've discovered recently of his, some really easygoing music on the Capitol label, High Fidelity Recording. Okay, Nat King Cole again, and we've got Unforgettable. I just love the cigarette holder we've got on here, and the way he's holding himself there, looking very dapper. So on this one we've got Nature Boy, Mona Lisa, Unforgettable, Walking My Baby Back Home. Some good numbers on there. Very clean album too. Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, Volume 1. Now, I don't know where Volume 2 is, but I would like to find it. And the numbers on here are You Won't Be Satisfied, Dream a Little Dream with Me, Would You Like to Take a Walk, and The Firm Farm Sauce. So there we go. Nice number there. A little bit of information about them both on the Brunswick 45 extended play. OE 961. Nice clean album this one. This must have been all somebody's collection, I think, they all came together. The New Orleans All-Stars Dixieland Jubilee with Jack Delaney and many others on there. Raymond Burke. So some nice numbers on that one. And we've got That's Plenty, I'm Going Home, and Tailgate Rumba on there. Earl Bostic. Now, I didn't know Earl Bostic until I came across this one, but again, some nice numbers on here. Flamingo, Sleep, Ain't Misbehaving, which Andre Previn's just been doing on his, and Moonglow on the Vogue label, EPV 1010. Now, The Brother Four Greenfields. This is quite nice. I like this album because it's got these rather young, dapper-looking guys with their banjo and cravats here, and it's one of their hits on the Columbia label. Greenfields is one of their hits, and that's good. The Duke Steps Out, and one of the numbers on here is The Duke Steps Out. I rather like this album cover because it's got Duke Ellington on the HMV label, and he's actually looks like he's just coming out from a doorway and saying, "Don't take that photograph of me." So clearly, but a very nice numbers on here. Salvador Stomp, and the double check stomp. So the period is 1929 and 1930s. So on the HMV. Sidney Bechet again on the Vogue label, EPV 1149. And so good numbers on here. And we've got Everybody Loves Saturday Night, Willow Week for Me, Dreadinalia, and Laura. That's the 4 tracks on here. And these are recorded on the, it says in Paris, the 24th of December 1955. And also some other numbers on his other albums there. A second one of Sidney Bechet. This time it's by Claude Luther and his orchestra. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the French titles on there, but it's on this rather faded, I think it probably will always look like that, yellowy label. Souvenirs from Saint-Aloys, and interesting liner notes too. Oliver, the songs from the musical Oliver with the David Kassoff as Fagin. Very nice numbers on here, and the numbers are: Consider Yourself, As Long As You Need Me, Food, Glorious Food, Reviewing the Situation, Where Is Love, and I'd Do Anything. Great numbers, great. I remember being in Oliver when I was at school. Now the great Peggy Lee. Peggy Lee only passed away recently, at a good age of 84 I think she was. And this one is obviously 8 of 45 and 9 of 45, these two numbers. This one's from the Warner Brothers film, Pete Kelly's Blues Volume 2. So clearly there must have been a Volume 1. But on here the numbers are: I Never Knew, Bye Bye Blackbird, He Needs Me, and Sing a Rainbow. And it's the orchestra conducted by Harold Mooney. Peggy Lee again, this time she's singing along with Benny Goodman and the Sextet on the sunny side of the street, which I've got Frank Sinatra singing, Where and When, Blues in the Night, The Way You Look Tonight. So, very nice. And then we've got Backstairs Sessions here with Donald Donegan, and and then he's singing on this one, In the Evening, Midnight Special, Now Buying Ground, and Worried Man on the Nexa label. Interesting album. Even on the camera shot, he looks as if he's in the shadows, and he is, with the paint coming off the wall behind. West Side Story, one of my favourites, by Arthur Lernetz, and the book, and music by Leonard Bernstein, and lyrics by Stephen Sondheim. And obviously Jerome Robbins has created the choreography for this. Maria, Tonight, One Hand, One Heart, I Feel Pretty. And it's Lawrence Leonard, shall I say, who's doing the orchestra here. Great number. Peter, Paul and Mary. Blowing in the Wind, If I Had a Hammer, Where Have All the Flowers Gone, and Lemon Tree, one of their favourite albums on the Warner Brothers EP version. Now, Liberace, Sincerely Yours, but it's not. It's actually another record inside, which is, no, not Charlie Kurtz. It's Miss Joe, Mr. Piano Henderson playing Flotation Waltz on the Pie label, and on the back of that, Trouble Chances. But anyway, perhaps I'll find the original Liberace someday. Charlie Kurtz, Melodies of Waltzes, Always, You'll Do, You Forget to Remember, All Alone, Because I Love You, The Song Is Ended, Delise, Womanizing, Dream of Delight, Barbette, Delilah, and Blue Eyes. Again on the Decca label, all good quality records, these ones. Nina and Frederick, doing some of their famous, I think they were a Danish group, weren't they? And oops, and I always remember my grandmother having some of their records. Bury Me Where She Passes, and My Pet Paquette, and also some ones in their own language, which is very nice. Yesterday's Memorable Melodies by Jerome Kern and the Russ Case Orchestra. Why Was I Born? Don't Ever Leave Me. Who? She Didn't Say Yes. Lovely the Way You Look At, and The Touch of Your Hand. I've Told Every Little Star, and Bill. Very nice.